Make sure you're subscribed to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It shows the most, does the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. Why every rapper hate Playboi Carti? I don't know. I don't hate Playboi Carti. Yeah, I'm a rapper, so mainstream rappers like niggas that's big. I don't think nobody hate him. It just I don't know what he did. He did something to somebody to do it.
Carti done showed time and time again that he might not be the best person to be around. We done seen him backstab so many people in the industry that probably thought they was cool at one point. I mean, just recently, we had Tyler, the Creator, come out kind of hinting towards some problems with him and Carti for giving him a feature, then taking it back last minute before his album would drop. But at the point that Carti took the feature, the vinyls was already pressed, they was already shipped out, so people got their hands on this Carti verse. But Carti didn't like that. And allegedly, he sent Tyler, the Creator, a cease and desist for this song. Throughout these years of Carti's career, not only did we see the little thing with Tyler, but we done seen him switch up and treat people around him a real crazy way. Prime example, Carti and Uno the Activist.
So who's that?
Now, back during Carti's early career, he underground like everybody else, and he would build a lot of underground relationships. And he came into contact with Uno the Activist. Well, not necessarily came into contact. They was already.
That's the dude who hopped on the Playboi Max string? Yeah. Once you get out my head, once you get out my head, cause you wasn't ready on take it back, baby.
But they came up together as these two rappers. So they grew up, they real close childhood friends. Most people for years thought Carti and Uno was actually cousins. But back in 2022, Uno would do an interview coming out confirming that, look, me and Carti ain't cousins. We was just close together. Point is, they was close, but they would fall out years ago. So for this to make sense, we gotta go back to early Carti career. So a year or two before this, Uno had got shot. And remember, him and Carti supposed to be close. So you think your mans get shot, you gonna be rocking with him. But Carti kinda sided with the shooter. He kinda became friends with the man that allegedly shot at Uno. And said, well, write this. Uno the Activist went off on Carti last night in a series of deleted tweets. He accused Carti of stealing his style and selling his soul for fame. Uno got on Twitter and said, this ain't no diss, but I would never sell my soul for no fame. I would never change on my family over some box. I would never friend my brother's enemy. I would never talk down on family so people don't mess with him before they even meet him. All that devil worshiping feeding statuses is out. They said would also write, Uno made the subliminal comments explicit by sharing screenshots of a convo with Carti where they kind of got into an argument, Uno calling Carti a snake, and he would say, f out my brother, I would never call the shooter my big homie, especially when these dudes out here babies. So not only was Uno snapping on Carti for feeling like he was being weird, but he was stealing his style and sneak dissing. But the thing is, it's kind of set a pattern for Carti because Uno wasn't the only person that would come out saying Carti be sneak dissing, Carti be talking a little crazy behind your back, because right around this same time, Thousand Band Funny would get on IG Live years ago.
It's because he be doing hella sneak dissing. You feel me? Like he the type to call, like I'm around and be like, yo, like, why don't they me instead of calling me? You feel me? On some like high school teenage drama queen. You feel me? It sucks. I even got to go to the internet to address how I like feel about bro. You feel me? Bro, but I know he like, feel me? He just be on some pussy. He'll want to do a song with me. He'll be on some man. Don't them niggas. He really just scared because niggas is just like on some music. Like niggas can make fire music. You feel me? And then scared of some shit. I ain't got time to be worried about y'all scary ass, bro. Come on, bro. I'm on some family shit. Don't want to be family because they think everything got to be a contest now. Damn, nigga. When you get in your right mind, when you get back to your senses in your right mind, though, hit me up, bro. But all that sneak dissing and telling people this, that, the third, when, like behind my back, that's some bitch.
And for a while, that was that between Carti and Uno. They had their problems. They wasn't publicly arguing. It wasn't no 6ix9ine Trippie Redd situation. It was just they had internal issues, and nigga, that was that. And we wouldn't know more about the situation until that interview that Uno did back in 2022, the one I spoke about earlier. Uno would say, you got to tell the world this. We not cousins. We just family friends. We knew each other since babies. Our families went to school together. We went to school together, but we ain't related. And he would also say, for real, we went down different paths that led us to different ways. It's not beef. It started like that, but it ended up being nothing more. Just two people not agreeing with each other anymore. There's no problems at all. We just don't kick it like that. What happened in the past is the past. I may have done stuff in the past. He did stuff in the past, but it's the past. And so Carti and Uno, they fell out. But another situation Carti would get into where, you know, he kind of turned his back on somebody he was close with, somebody he came up with, was Carti and Pierre.
Who's that?
Now, the difference between Carti and Pierre and Carti and Uno, there was no real public beef between these two. Just some slight disagreements every once in a while, and we would see these two completely separate from each other. So Carti and Pierre was a producer rapper duo that if you was around, nigga, you know that was real crazy. That was a legendary time for Carti and Pierre. These two went together. You hear Carti, you was probably gonna hear Pierre tag on that beat. But as the years would go on, Carti would become more and more successful. Same with Pierre, but Carti would pull away from Pierre. Take a look at Carti's last album, Music. That didn't have a single Pierre beat on that project. And if we look through each...
Shit, I be tripping, son. Shit. That's crazy. And Pierre on the album, all of them? And that's like 4 albums he dropped too.
Carti project, it's like as the albums would go on, we would get less and less Pierre production. We can look through self-titled, Carti first big album. 6 out of the 15 songs was produced by Pierre Bourne. Lit. Almost every song was a Pierre beat. 15 out of 19 songs, whole lot of red. This where you kind of see the switch up. Pierre had 2 tracks on there. Then it would go from 2 tracks to 0 with music. That man didn't have a single song on Carti last album. And with them two moving like that and the amount of music and the amount of good music they done pushed out together, people got to speculating. Is it beef? Is it drama? Is it problems? What's going on with Carti and Pierre? I mean, years ago, we would see Ken Carson, one of the faces of Carti label Opium, come out speaking on Pierre. And he was basically like, look, you know, I tried to work with Pierre, but he egoed the hell out of me. He was like, I'm better than you. That's basically the type of timing Ken said Pierre was on. A fan would tweet at Ken and say, you ever want to be on a Pierre beat? Ken Carson would respond and say, nah. And then the fan would say, this a rare Ken Carson L. But Ken would turn around and defend himself against this L that fans was calling it. He would say, nah, this a W. The man told me I wasn't on the same level as him. Ever since that day, I've been going up, no beef. I just wouldn't feel comfortable working with that. I don't take L. And so for years, people kind of thought beef was brewing. You know, Pierre kind of got issues with one of Carti's main artists. You ain't seen Carti and Pierre work together. You ain't seen them pop out at no events. People like, what's going on? And then it wouldn't just stop at little subliminals. I mean, Carti was doing some weird stuff. Let's go back to 2021. You know, Carti had dropped Whole Lot of Red end of the year. 2021 came around. You know, he dropped a little music video here and there. And he would drop a music video on the same day as Pierre Bourne.
Pierre Bourne dropped his highly anticipated song PlayStation/For You today after a lot of buildup. He's been teasing it for the past few months, which is something very significant, so keep that in mind, as well as the music video at like 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. I'm not completely sure, Eastern time. Whereas then shortly after that, 2 p.m. so either 1 or 2 hours after Pierre Bourne dropped his highly anticipated song that was planned, dropped under the label Interscope, the same label that Playboi Carti is under. Even though Pierre Bourne drops music under Sauce House, that's just a boutique label underneath Interscope, a major label. Playboi Carti drops this Sky music video from his Whole Lot of Red album. Now, at first, honestly, I was a little bit suspicious, like why would he drop it on the same day as Pierre Bourne? But then again, labels, you know, they have hella artists. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, okay? But anyway, shortly after Playboi Carti drops his music video, Pierre Bourne tweets, and he deletes too, but I caught him in goddamn YBN Namir, in which he stated explicitly, really don't want to see me glow, this shit written. Obviously talking about Playboi Carti, because he's trying to say that Playboi Carti is dropping on the same day purposely to like take away his hype for one of the songs that he's been building up anticipation for. And if you ask me, again, I've tweeted it, I think it's odd that Playboi Carti did do this because Whole Lot of Red dropped on Christmas. He's barely even teased anything with music videos, was apparently working on the Deluxe or Molly World or whatever it is, and he picked today to drop his Sky music video with little to actually zero rollout for that song? Like, why didn't he just do it next week or, you know, like weeks ago? Because he's had plenty of time. This is the first music video that he's dropped after releasing a whole lot of Red, because Metamorphosis with Kid Cudi dropped on the same day as the album release. So I am 100% sure Pierre Bourne was talking about Playboi Carti.
Years after this, these two were separated and Pierre would respond because, like I said, Carti a big part of Pierre's career, Pierre a big part of Carti's career. So, you know, Pierre might do an interview or he might get online. Of course, fans gonna be in the comments. What's up with you and Carti? You and Carti working? What you and Carti got going on? And Pierre would respond and basically say, you know, we cool, but we just don't got nothing going on. And shout out my boy Duty for this clip. That's a real nigga right there.
Why does it feel so weird between Opium and Pierre? Because we all know how Carti is with his producers. There's times where you think these dudes that he's working with, he will be locked in with them for a long time because they're making good quality music. Why would you change that up? But we all know that Carti like to change up his sound a lot, so he just goes from producer to producer. For example, the Opium fans don't like to bring up Richie Southwell no more. There's so many times we thought that producers were locked in with Carti, but it turns out after a while, you just found out he wasn't even really locked in with them for real. And it probably was just for that time specifically. I've been seeing that lately. Carti is going to a different direction with his sound. And I'll be seeing times where Pierre will go live or something like that, and there will be tons of people in the comments just keep asking the same thing over and over. Yo, are you still cool with Carti? Do you got some production on IM Music? And it be happening so much that when Pierre don't respond to it, it only make you think he don't even care to talk about Carti no more, or they just not cool no more. But what if I told you today he actually spoke on him and Carti friendship? So let's check this out. All right, so the tweet say Pierre talks about beef with Carti.
Y'all gotta stop the bullshit with the Carti, man. We locked in for life.
Yeah.
I want y'all niggas, man.
People just thinking too much.
That's all I'm gonna say. Locked in for life. Get me.
It really do feel good to hear something like that, you know what I'm saying? But why am I looking at the comments? Somebody talking about some, he's coping, laughing my ass. Opium don't with him no more. It's facts. Lone ain't give him his number when they linked up at the club, laughing emoji. Now I don't know what he talking about, but if that's true, y'all can confirm that. I don't know. See, I thought it always made sense, and it was never a problem that Carti would step away from Pierre because he wanted to evolve his sound. He wanted to change it up a bit. That makes sense. I do feel like Carti should at least try to work with Pierre more. It never made sense why they
I already talking about something. I'm about to have about at least 3 producers, 3 niggas, and I got 4. About at least about 5 niggas making different beats on my shit. Yeah, we about to go crazy when I get that shit, but when that cha-ching, when that cha-ching come, I'm telling you, boy, y'all gonna be seeing some nice, good, amazing music from a nigga. Niggas gonna be like, damn, that nigga is on his shit. Yeah, and he's on his shit, all right.
Other, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. You know, seeing Carti and Pierre not work together is kind of crazy because that's a lot of lost potential. Think about the crazy songs that Carti and Pierre done made together. Even if they wasn't officially released, even if they were just leaks, y'all know the impact Carti and Pierre had. But with Carti and Pierre, I don't know, it could have been a little bit of problems, but y'all got to remember, this is Playboi Carti we talking about. This nigga switch his sound up every time he dropped. So it might have just been him on some, I'm tired of this Cash Carti sound. I'm tired of this 2018 Carti sound that me and Pierre had going on. So I don't want to do that no more. But then at the same time, this is Pierre we're talking about, not just some regular producer. This can switch his sounds up and it'll still sound good. Look, point is, we don't really know if anything happened between Pierre and Carti, but it is a little strange to see Carti pull away from Pierre like that and have Pierre beef with one of his main artists at that same time. But Pierre and Carti wasn't the only producer drama Carti was in. Now, what I'm about to speak about, it wasn't no just little misunderstanding. This was full-on beef, online arguments. We got to go back to early in Carti's career. This is before, you know, Pierre Carti. This is before Whole Lot of Red, all of that. We would have Carti and Mexico Dro working together. And this was somebody that was making some good ass beats for Carti. This the producer behind Broke Boy. This the, I ain't doing none of that punk ass shit to go viral. You know, Mexico Dro kind of making his comeback right now. He kind of got shunned out of the industry, which is a whole story within itself. And there's probably some good videos out on YouTube going into what happened to Mexico Dro. But point is, Mexico Dro, Carti, they working together. But there was a problem. Carti was getting these Mexico Dro beats, but he wasn't passing up no cheese. So he was basically stealing beats from this nigga. Dro thinking, oh, I'm about to get this money. No money. So they working together. Dro thinking everything cool. He gonna get some money eventually. But no, he wouldn't. And Dro would get online and he would be mad about this. An Elevator article would write this all the way back in 2017. Despite the two trading jabs for a minute at this point, this comes as one of the most significant accusations, and others have recently started coming forward with similar stories. From all angles, it looked like Carti is in the wrong. By all means, it's absurd that one of the industry's most prominent artists is still too cheap to properly compensate with some of the producers who helped the 20-year-old come up. But that wasn't the only time Carti did something like this. You heard what I just read. Milan, another producer, had a real similar run-in with Carti. They worked together, but like with Dro, Carti didn't pass up no money for them beats. And at one point, Milan would come out posting DMs between him and Carti, where it wasn't like Carti saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Like I'm gonna give you the money for these beats." It was Carti on some nigga, "I will find you and I will beat your ass." He asking like, "Where you at? What city you in? What state?" Carti was.
Magic just said, a nigga said, "Find you, I'ma beat your ass if I don't get these beats." Like, damn, hold on, little bitch. Calm down. It's just beats. I know you made them, but I got calm down.
Trying to put hands on him because Milan was mad he wasn't getting paid when Carti should have been paying. The deals between Milan and Carti.
Cardi B, not Cardi. Playboi. Carti was scamming that boy. That boy was getting scammed. I ain't lying to you. I'm paying all my producers, bro. All my niggas who making beats for me. Hey, all my future niggas who gonna be making my beats, you will be getting good paid. And when your birthday come around, I got something for you. Remember that.
Say this. You a bitch, I can't wait to catch you slipping. Don't drop nothing with me on it. I'll hurt you. I will have blank at your house today. Try me. I'm in the UK, I'm bored. I will gladly set you and Young Bands up. Then Milan would respond to Carti and say, "You be stealing my beats and stealing my sound. I haven't done nothing to you but make beats that you stole." He would say, "I don't give a damn how you feel. It's a damn song. What have I done to you? You stealing beats. You stealing my sound and you running with it." There's some more messages. Carti would text somebody and say, "Yo, is Milan in North or South Carolina?" That person would say, "I don't know why." Then Carti said, "I'll pay you to find out where he stay at. Call me." Then send the dude his number. Then the person Carti was texting would say, "Bro, that's sus. I'm not gonna tell you his info." Then Carti would say, "F you." So Carti was on bad time with this man because he didn't pass up his money, because he took the beat and ain't passed no money. I don't understand the thought process behind that.
On a live stream, we had a producer who claimed that Playboi Carti finessed him out of a couple of beats, and even to this day performs the.
Oh God, I don't want to hear that voice. Oh God, I don't want to hear that nigga.
Never paid him, and though
I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't owe him shit. I do.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Supporting Carti. 2015, 2016, internally within the industry, Drake was showing love to Carti. Then 2017, we would see Drake publicly showing love to Carti. 2017, he bringing Carti on stage with the Migos. He doing this. But when actual music would get involved with Carti and Drake would be around 2019. 2019, we seeing Ian Connor post little snippets of Carti and Drake, posting teasers that, you know, Carti and Drake got some music on the way. And keep in mind, beside all the bias, beside all the beef, whatever side you picked in that Carti Drake war, you know Drake is powerful. Drake is one of the most powerful people in the industry. If Drake
nigga, please, bitch. Drake would not even be that powerful if X was still alive. That nigga would be weak. Bitch, that nigga had to kill X to be the most powerful. That nigga still ain't powerful. You know who the most powerful nigga right now as we speaking? Kendrick Lamar. Nobody can outflow this nigga right now as we speaking. R.I.P. to Juice. Juice WRLD was the only person who got compete with this nigga bar to bar, word to word. You want to name other people? You can go to Tyler Creator. You can go Youngboy too. Youngboy got some heats too. And then if you really somebody that have some bars, go to J. Cole too.
With your music, that is a really good look. That's a big moment for you. And this was Carti. This was pre-Whole Lotta Red Carti. This was pre-music Carti. This was Carti before the nigga that he is today. 2019, Ian Connor teasing this Carti.
Man, get DK out of my fucking space, bro. I don't know why DK looking like that, bro.
And in May of 2020, we would see Carti and Drake drop Pain 1993. Now, when this song came out, it was real controversial. In my opinion, that is a great song. But a lot of people was like, man, I'm not rocking with this. Carti was on there doing this real baby voice. He was just being Carti. He didn't care that it was a Drake song. He didn't switch the flow up just because it was a Drake song. He got on there and made a Carti song that Carti fans would like. Not masses, not the whole hip hop space. So it came with a lot of backlash. But this Carti we talking about, everything he do come with backlash. But this wasn't the only Carti and Drake song that was supposed to release. As time goes on, we got Drake really supporting Carti. And at one point, Drake had remixed the old Carti song One Day, played it on his radio show and everything. And the point of me telling you all of this is just to show that Drake had been supporting Carti for a long time, really showing love to Carti. But when it came to Carti, that love, well, publicly at least, that love wasn't reciprocated. And if we go back in time to when the whole industry was going against Drake, we had Carti picking sides. Let's go about around this time last year. Drake was kind of pushing this song No Face. And when he was playing the song, doing little snippets, we was hearing Carti ad-lib. So fans got to wondering, oh, is this about to be a Carti song? Is Carti gonna have a verse on here whenever the song actually releases? So fans sparking up this conversation, right? And instead of Carti, you know, coming out saying, yeah, I'm on this song, or Carti saying, no, I'm not on this song, he would post a pic of him on the phone with The Weeknd. The man Drake probably hates most, right behind Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, The Weeknd. Yeah, better than Drake.
Now people is looking at Carti like, oh, he picking sides, because people is actively talking about Drake and Carti. Then Carti gets on his story. He posts The Weeknd. But it wasn't even like, oh, nigga, you talking about all of this off a story post. No, we would have Hitta J3, dude who's real close with Kendrick Lamar. He would make a post on Twitter saying that, man, Carti ain't about to do no Drake feature. Carti on our side, Carti rocking with Kendrick. And what we didn't know at that time, what we didn't know in September of last year, was Carti really was on that nigga Kendrick's side. And the thing is, over the years, I don't know if it was just a coincidence. I don't know if it was out of spite. I don't know if it was out of some, internal issues with Carti and Drake. But we would see Carti always super close with everybody that Drake hated. Kendrick and Carti, they had their run. We had Carnival. We had Off the Grid. We had Go to the Moon. All of this work between Carti and Kanye was there. We always seeing Carti with The Weeknd. We always seeing Carti with XO. Then we got Carti sparking up his new album rollout. We got Music. And with the way Carti and Drake relationship was looking, people were automatically assuming that, oh, Drake is probably going to be on this album.
Nope.
Drake is probably going to be on Music with the amount of love these two done showed into each other. Well, maybe Drake showed to Carti. But then the album comes out, and instead of us getting a Drake feature, we got Kendrick on there.
Yes, sir. We got Kendrick. Then we have Lil Uzi and yes, sir.
Three different times. Kendrick was on this Carti album right off the back of this whole Drake Kendrick.
And my favorite song off there, I'm jumping on drugs, I'm jumping on drugs. Don't do that, my nigga. I'm jumping on drugs, I'm jumping on drugs. Don't do that, my nigga. Money gun, pink tape, Tony Tiger, great.
You speculating, is Carti really picking sides? Is Carti really beefing with Drake right now? Because not only was Kendrick on this album, he had Future, he had Weeknd. And no, I'm not saying that, oh, just because Carti friends with Drake, he can't work with none of these niggas, because these is industry giants we talking about. Of course, Carti gonna wanna have him on his album. The point is, outside of the music, Carti seems to be close with these people that tried to, destroy Drake's career if we really gonna look at it. And so for months after Carti dropped this album, nobody really knew the true relationship between Carti and Drake. Nobody knew if they was beefing. Nobody knew if they had problems. All we knew is that Carti was real close with Kendrick until...
All right. So just sum it up, bro. Carti is picking one side. Oh, well, yeah, just to sum it up for y'all niggas, Carti is on Kendrick's side. Please don't scam your freaking producer, niggas who make your beats, your engineers, anybody who you work with. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media, pop on the screen, run the road to 500, and I'm out.